What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the MaddenBallerz YouTube channel and our Georgia State Dynasty. Last week the Panthers were in a Sun Belt Division clash against Arkansas State at home in the Georgia Dome, and they came away with the victory to stay undefeated 56-20 over the Red Wolves. This week they are going to be on the road in Texas taking on the Texas State Bobcats. Can the Panthers stay undefeated for the season? We're going to find out next. Texas State will start out on offense. Georgia State, not many close games this season. Handoff goes to Mitchell on 1st and 10. He's going to break a couple tackles here. Past midfield he will go, and he's inside the 40 of the Panthers. 36 yards on the opening play. 2nd down and 10 now for the Bobcats. Noble back to pass here. He's going to just get it off before getting hit to Bennett, and Bennett's going to break a tackle and gain 13. 3rd and 13 now for the Bobcats. Noble going deep to the end zone, and B.J. Allen comes in, or that's Sean Lewis coming in at the end, and breaking that one up, forcing a long field goal attempt here, almost 50 yards it looks like, and the kick is good. It is 3-0 Texas State. We have our first studio update. Number 1 Nebraska beaten by unranked Wisconsin in the Big Ten, 38-35. And that may help Georgia State move up in the ranks here as they sit at number 4. Trevor Phillips with a 14-yard catch on the opening drive for Georgia State. 1st and 10. Smith looking to pass here. Good blocking. Going deep. Caught by Luther Madison. 25 yards and a 1st down into Bobcats territory. Another 1st down play and another catch by Luther Madison going down the sideline inside the 20. 25 yards on that pitch and catch. Empty backfield set now on 3rd and 18. Smith steps up, fires deep, and Anthony Pendleton cannot make the wide open catch. And Georgia State has to settle for a field goal. This game's tied at 3. Bobcats take over now, still in the 1st quarter. 3-yard reception there by Jason Bird. 3rd and 4 now for the Bobcats. Noble back to pass here, is going to throw. Gets it out to Mitchell, and he'll be stopped after a short gain of 1, and the Bobcats will punt. Georgia State takes over, still tied at 3. Smith back to pass, is going to scramble out to his right here, and he's going to throw down the field on the run, caught by Luther Madison as he runs out of bounds. 23 yards and a 1st down. Later on in the drive, Matt Barnes with a carry here on 2nd and 2, and he's going to fight his way for the 1st down. Very next play, Smith working from the shotgun here, fakes the handoff, and he has to scramble, fires as he hit, and caught by Madison in the middle of the field, 24 yards and a 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal from the 5. 1st and goal, Smith quickly outside to Lavelle Hampton, the tight end, and he makes his way to the end zone after breaking a tackle, and Georgia State is going to take the lead here in the 1st quarter, 10-3, as Texas State takes over now. With just over 2 to go, Noble on the read option is going to get the 1st down and more. Can they catch him? He is down inside the 20, 10, 5, dragged down at the 1. It'll be 1st and goal, Texas State. Noble will hand off to Mitchell, and he will make his way to the end zone on 1st and goal. And Texas State has tied this game up on a 2-play drive. And we have another studio update here. Number 5, Oklahoma State, beaten by 18-ranked Baylor, 41-20. And 2 teams just around Georgia State's rank going down. Georgia State takes over now. This game tied at 10. And Luther Madison with the fly sweep, going to gain enough for a 1st down. Very next play here, Smith back to pass, firing outside, and that one almost picked off by Mike Casey, incomplete. And Georgia State will get another crack at it. 2nd down and 10. Handoff goes to Stephen Leach. He gets outside here. Good blocking inside the 30. Spin move or juke move and out of bounds after gaining 33. Smith now will fake the handoff on 1st and 10. Lots of time here. Fires deep and a diving catch from Trevor Phillips will set the Panthers up inside the 5. 1st and goal from the 4. Smith back to pass on 1st and goal, and Josh Everson comes away with a touchdown catch. 3 yards, and Georgia State retakes the lead 17-10 as we move into the 2nd quarter now. Smith back to pass, and he's going to go down on the play, sacked for a loss of 9. 2nd and 19 now, handoff to Anthony Gross. He will use his speed up the middle to gain 17 yards and set up 3rd down, which they would pick it up later on in the drive. They're in Texas State territory. Smith back to pass, and he's going to go down again. A loss of 8 on the play this time. It'll be 2nd down and 18 for the Panthers. Smith, empty backfield set, fires off to the sideline, caught by Madison, out of bounds, just short of the 1st down, though they would pick it up. Later in the drive, it's 2nd and 1, and Smith going deep to the end zone. Lavelle Hampton with a catch, and Georgia State scores again, taking a 24-10 lead, and Steve Smith setting a record for passing touchdowns in a season. 33 for him so far, 3 in this game, and Texas State takes over now, down by a couple touchdowns. Jason Bird with a 1st down catch. 3rd and 14 now for Texas State. Handoff goes to Bennett up the middle, and Bennett's going to gain 10, but short of the 1st down marker, and the Texas State Bobcats now going to kick, looks like a 53-yard field goal. It has the distance, but it is wide left, and Georgia State takes over now. Smith back to pass here over the middle, caught by Lavelle Hampton, the tight end. Good for 16 yards and a 1st down. Georgia State moving the ball very well in this game. 1st and 10, Smith, lots of time to throw, finds Trevor Phillips downfield inside the 15, taken down at about the 12. Later in the drive, it's 2nd and inches from the 3, and Terrence Flynn comes up with the catch for the touchdown, and Georgia State pouring it on now, up 31-10 here as the Bobcats have the ball late in the half. They have to punt, and Josh Everson's going to take this one, and he's going to return this one to about the 47-yard line. Georgia State with 30 seconds to go will try to make something happen here. 1st and 10, Smith going to fire to the sideline, caught by Lavelle Hampton, out of bounds at the 33. 1st and 10 now, just outside the 30. Smith back to pass, firing, caught by Trevor Phillips. He's inside the 10, 5, pushed out of bounds at the 4. And it'll be 1st and goal for Georgia State. No timeouts, though. And Smith will fire on 1st and goal, and Luther Madison with the catch. That's going to make it a 38-10 game as we head into halftime. Georgia State pouring it on there in the 1st half. Has a 28-point lead and the ball here in the 2nd half. Smith back to pass, lots of time, firing it deep, and his receiver Everson will come back to that ball and make the 34-yard catch for the 1st down. Looking at those halftime stats, 289 passing yards for Georgia State so far in that 1st half, 84 rushing, and just overall very good offense. 3rd and 3 now, Smith back to pass here. Is going to find Hampton again for 10 yards this time, and another Georgia State 1st down. 1st and 10 now, working from the 26. Smith back to pass. He's going to find Trevor Phillips. He's got the catch for another Georgia State 1st down. He's got 6 for 109 on the day. And on 1st and 10, Smith will look to pass again and again. He finds the end zone. Luther Madison, 12 yards and a touchdown. Steve Smith, 22 for 27, 359, and 6 touchdowns on the day. 6 passing touchdowns. And we have our studio update. Number 14, Alabama beats number 7, LSU, 42-32. So 3 teams in the top 10 go down so far this week. And Georgia State leading this game 45-10 as the Bobcats take over on offense, down by 35. 3rd and 7, Noble back to pass here. Is going to fire it out and almost picked off by Ben Wood, but it falls incomplete, and Georgia State forces a punt. Steve Smith and the Georgia State offense will come back out here up by 4 or 5 touchdowns. Smith back to pass here. Going deep, caught by a diving Luther Madison, 16-yard reception, and already into Texas State territory. 2nd and 10, handoff goes to Anthony Gross. He's going to get outside, break 1 tackle, and gain enough for the first down. 2nd and 12 now. Smith back to pass. Been really efficient all day. He's going to take off, though, this time, and he's got the first down and steps out of bounds after a 14-yard scramble. 2nd down and 8 for the Panthers. Smith hands off to Mark Barnes, and Barnes will get inside the 7, down at the 5. It'll be 3rd and 3 now from the 5. Smith fakes the handoff here, and he's going to find Terrence Flynn for a touchdown. 5 yards on that TD catch, and that gives him 7 on the day. And the Panthers have a 52-10 lead. And the Texas State Bobcats are going to turn it right back over on their next drive. Jarvis Hall with the interception. And Steve Smith still in the game now, up by 42. Probably just going to finish out this 3rd quarter. Going deep. Oh, and it is broken up by Mike Casey. That was a for sure touchdown till the last second. And at the end of 3 quarters, Georgia State's on top, 52-10. It's a blowout here in Texas, and the backups are in. Well, they're not yet. Steve Smith's still in the game, trying to finish off this drive, and his pass will fall incomplete, and Georgia State will settle for a field goal, make it 55-10. The backups are in now, though, and Texas State trying to get something going here. Noble with a scramble will gain 17. 1st and 10 now for the Bobcats from their own 46. Noble back to pass. Is going to go deep to the sideline. Caught by Bird. And Jason Bird, a nice reception. 30 yards. Now inside the 20 of Georgia State. Davis in the game. And Davis is going to find Hicks. Joe Hicks for a 10-yard reception. It'll be 1st and goal, Texas State. Noble injured with back spasm. Probably not coming back for this game. Davis trying to scramble on 1st and goal is going to go down for a sack and a loss of 3 yards. 2nd down and goal. Davis back to pass here, firing outside to Vincent, and Vincent will find the end zone, 9 yards and a touchdown, and it's 55-17. Texas State going to go for the onside kick, though it won't probably help, and Terry is going to recover this one for Georgia State, and that will or should do it. Cole in now at quarterback for the Panthers, and he's going to hand off to Mark Barnes, who's going to gain 18. 1st and 10 now from the 22 of Texas State. Cole hand off to Barnes on a delay up the middle, and he's inside the 10, inside the 5, taken down at the 1. 3rd and goal now for Georgia State, and the handoff to Mark Barnes. Touchdown, Georgia State, 3 yards on that touchdown run. And that one is going to seal it for Georgia State. Steve Smith, your player of the game, 380 yards passing, 7 passing touchdowns. And Georgia State's going to come away with the blowout victory, 62-17. Taking a look at the stats from our game today, Georgia State dominating this game through the air, 380 yards passing, 7 touchdowns from Steve Smith. Probably his best game of his collegiate career. Jarvis Hall, your player of the game on defense, 3 tackles, 2 for a loss, and an interception. And Georgia State is now moved up to number 2 in the country after a bunch of upsets in the top 10. Ohio State number 1, Georgia State number 2. Both those teams the only undefeated teams left in the country. And coming up, Georgia State's going to be back at home taking on number 24, Louisiana Lafayette. It's a showdown for the Sun Division of the Sun Belt. The winner will more than likely win that division and head to the conference championship game. Georgia State 9-0, Lafayette 7-1. Can the Panthers get another victory to remain undefeated? We're going to find out in the next episode. If you like this episode, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode.